The tech community in Jamaica is expanding, and it's expanding beyond repairs. There are a growing number of individuals who are using this particular industry to expand on their skills in not only repairing but also using software to their advantage. I will highlight a few persons who I've seen emerge in this industry that are locally based, and you will see their pictures on the screen. Some persons have gone on to create applications that have served the purposes for government use, and this includes creating an app to track the number of ATMs that are working for a local commercial bank, and using an application to propagate a list of working buses and when they'll be arriving and where they'll be found. These are just two examples in which technology has been expanding beyond the repairs shop. Most persons who are in the tech field usually develop their skills hands-on, which means that they either get hands-on into the craft at an early age like I did, and they continue to perfect their skills by working along with somebody who is also talented in the trade. Some persons will go on to get further specialized training, and Heart Trust NTA is usually the place to go. We have universities here, such as the University of Technology and University of the West Indies, with UTech being the place to go where you get more hands-on training, and the University of the West Indies being the place you go to get the theoretical backing. Of course, I haven't been to the university in a while, so much could have changed in the time that I was absent. But that's the gist of what the educational landscape is in regards to technological training. Technology is impacting Jamaican culture in a lot of notable ways. A few, if not all, of those who are content creators proudly claim that they are Jamaican, and in a moment I'll show you a few persons who have used technology to leverage their social spaces and make and carve out a niche for themselves while proudly stating that they are in fact Jamaican. A lot of the technology that is widely accessible overseas is not quite accessible here because the laws and legislative framework needed to have them in the system hasn't been accepted fully by society. Also, the introduction of this technology has apparently attracted a lot of pushback, and so they cannot be implemented at this time. I'll list a few. The digital currency that was supposed to be implemented a year or two ago, it hasn't been done so yet, and it's due to a lot of pushback. However, I can point to the implementation of camera technology, the Jamaica Eye program, which involves the use of cameras in most major thoroughfares across the island, and this surveillance system has been tied in with other governmental arms, which they say should help them improve safety and overall security for the country. That is what they say. Artists who use technology, yes, you'll find a lot of them making use of the technology that's accessible to those outside of Jamaica. And it's very important that they do, because the space in which music and digital content is being consumed is, of course, on the internet. So a lot of our creators are using niches, and they are using applications that are geared towards producing content for digital consumption. So you'll find that many of our artists are using platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, alongside YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the rest, to spread and bring awareness to their craft. And I must say that I like what I'm seeing in that regard. As to the future of tech in Jamaica, I see a promising start to it, and I see healthy outlooks for it. But once again, you have to keep in mind that if you are to go far in the industry, it requires a bit of street smartness and leveraging your talents, because we still have the culture here of a dog eat dog sentiment and a crab in the barrel mentality, where if a brother or sister see a fellow brother or sister from him area doing much better than him or her, they're gonna do what it takes to fight them down, unfortunately. And that's one thing that is preventing many tech enthusiasts from going far. So what tends to happen is that when the fight gets too hard, they either change professions or they just leave the country and go overseas to make something more of themselves in that area of specialization. But if you do want to be a techier, you can, but you have to employ a few clever strategies in order for you to succeed. There's a bright future involved in tech here. We have the potential to develop something lasting and something that others can be proud of. A bit of wisdom is required to keep going at it. We also need a lot of loyal supporters and sponsors sometimes, because there are times when the repair work doesn't get you the amount of money you want. There are lots of downtimes, and techs have to be creative in order to survive. Aside from those, there are your good moments and your bad moments, but it's one field that you generally get rewards from. I hope to catch you in the next video, where I'll be discussing something related to another country's tech and what has been happening there. I hope to catch you there, and thanks for watching.